I was the family disappointment until the day I inherited everything and watched them all come crawling back. Growing up, I was the one who struggled to find my place. While my siblings were getting into top universities, I was fighting to stay in a community college. By 20, I had dropped out to pursue my passion for photography, working odd jobs to make ends meet. My family made me feel like I'd let them down. Every family gathering was the same, my siblings bragging about their accomplishments, and me trying to hide my embarrassment. My mom would awkwardly steer the conversation away from my lack of success. At Thanksgiving dinner, my brother Alex would go on and on about his new job at a top marketing firm. My sister Emily's startup was getting traction and my parents were beaming with pride. Then they'd turn to me and ask, "So, what's new with you?" Like I was some afterthought. The worst was my sister's graduation party 2 years ago. I brought my girlfriend Rachel, thinking maybe having someone successful with me would help change their minds. She was a lawyer, had her life together. But when my brother asked what I did for work and I said I was a freelance photographer, he raised an eyebrow. "Oh, that's different," he said, clearly unimpressed. Rachel broke up with me a month later saying she needed someone more stable. That night I made a decision, no more family events. I blocked most of them on social media and started building my own life. I moved to a small studio downtown and started learning video production from this old guy named Jack, who had a setup in his garage. Jack was this eccentric old bachelor who'd made a fortune in tech, but chose to live simply, surrounded by cameras and editing software. We'd spend hours talking about storytelling and lighting. He taught me everything, how to shoot a compelling documentary, how to edit like a pro, and how to tell stories that mattered. For 3 years, I didn't speak to my family except for the occasional text from my mom asking when I was going to get my life together. I ignored them all. Jack became like the mentor I never had. Every Wednesday, we'd grab coffee and he'd tell me stories about working with famous directors in Hollywood. Then Jack had a sudden accident. I found him in his garage that morning and he whispered, "You're the only one who ever understood what these stories really meant." He passed away that week. I was devastated. Jack was the only family that mattered to me. A week later, his lawyer called. "Mr. Patel, I need you to come to my office immediately. There's been a development regarding Jack's estate." I figured maybe Jack left me some equipment or software as keepsakes. Instead, the lawyer handed me a thick folder. Jack had left me his entire estate, his video production company, his investment portfolio, and approximately $5.2 million in various accounts. I literally couldn't speak. Jack had never mentioned money or investments. He lived like he was barely scraping by. Turns out his tech fortune had been worth way more than anyone knew, and Jack had been quietly investing for decades. "There's also this," the lawyer said, handing me a handwritten letter. "You're the only person who ever saw these stories as more than just entertainment. You understand that a great documentary isn't just about the footage, it's about the people and the message. Take care of them, take care of yourself. You're worth more than your family ever realized." Within 48 hours, somehow word had gotten out. My phone started buzzing with texts I hadn't seen in 3 years. My brother Alex. "Hey man, heard about your inheritance. We should grab dinner soon," my mom called, sobbing. "I'm so sorry we didn't support your passion, sweetheart. I always knew you were special." Even my ex-girlfriend Rachel sent a Facebook friend request with a message. "I saw the news about your inheritance. I never stopped thinking about you. Maybe we could get coffee and talk." The most pathetic was my sister Emily. She texted, "I feel terrible about how we treated you. Can I come over and learn video production from you? For the first time in 3 years, I'm the one in control. I'm going to honor Jack's memory by showing them exactly who I am now. Sometimes the black sheep becomes the shepherd."